Hello, everybody. Good evening. Whoo, got a good conversations going on already. Hi there. Yes, Dave. Well, you may have been a little bit early, I guess. But hello, Dave, Kiri. Um, oh, multiple bags of chocolate covered almonds. Oh, you poor thing. I know. So hard to stay away from those, right? Oh, that's true. Death by chocolate, right? Hi, Patty, Tinker's wife. Hello. Um, yes, gotta save some for the reindeer and everything too, right? Um, hello, Alicia. Is it cold there for you? Oh, Matt and Sarah. Hello, everybody. All here. Oh, Sarah's there. Okay. Hello, Sarah. Who else? We have Sunflower Marcia. Good evening to you. Um, who else do we have? Michigan Daffodil. Hello. Hello, Blue Friends. Kathy Lyon, hello to you. Good evening. Oh, yeah, they're chattering when they came in. Absolutely. That's what I was wondering if it's cold there, Alicia. So, yes, good evening. Hello, it's December 12th. Oh my goodness. It's like it just flipped to December. What happened? I mean, 12 days in already. It just goes too fast. I am not ready for Christmas. However, I do have my tree up. It's not decorated yet, but it is up. I got it Saturday, and I ended up. I had to paint that wall right there, to repaint it because it was. I had it a different color than these walls, and I just didn't like it. So before I got all decorated for Christmas, I wanted to get that done. So that's what I was doing for a good part of today. Painting, put 2 coats of paint up there, and then try to get everything else in order. And yeah, it's finally cold there. Okay, expecting 45 centimeters of snow. 45 centimeters. Is it 10 centimeters to about an inch, or is that like 7.2 centimeters to an inch? I can't remember. Um, 45 centimeters, that was pretty good. A chunk of snow, from what I understand. Yes, I got my tree. Highs of 20s. Yes, by this weekend, it will be below zero, like quite a bit below zero. It keeps getting a little colder and colder. So you're decorating vicariously. I like that. Okay, so I was pretty close. 10. So, oh, so you're talking 4.5 inches. Okay, I'm thinking 4.5 feet. It's like, no, that can't be right. Or 40 inches. Nope. So, oh, 18 inches. Okay, so I was really off then. Um, 10 centimeters to an inch. I'm getting all kinds of different equations here. That's funny. That's great. One tree up, no ornaments. Second tree is still upstairs. You have kittens. So yeah. But yeah, I was hoping to get the lights on, but as part of doing part of my winter storm prep, so didn't quite get to that today. But I've got the tree up. It's in the corner. Things are happening. Oh, I also have my lantern hanging up there. That I know one of you guys gave it to me. And I don't remember who it was. Sorry, it's been about 3 years, I think. But somebody. So if you're in the chat tonight, let me know if that's what you gave to me. I can't remember, but anyway, it's a cute little lantern up there. It's got I even have the light on in there. So am I having family over for Christmas? No, I am going to be going to my sister's for Christmas Day, and then One of my brothers and his wife will be coming over to there too and to share that. So you taped green paper together and cut out the shape of a tree. Oh, there you go. Your sister-in-law just sent you a hack she made of tinfoil under her tree to keep her cats up. Oh, there you go. Get that Reynolds aluminum foil going for you, right? Um, oh, you gave me the rose moss pin. You're so sweet, Alicia. Thank you. Um, I know I have it buried underneath all my stuff here somewhere. Okay, centimeter surge, 2.5 centimeters to 1 inch. Okay, centimeters to an inch. That seems really, wow, okay. Anyway, it's going to be a bunch of snow. Either way, it's probably from the storm that we're going to be getting starting tonight. Yeah, it's supposed to begin possibly even overnight, but definitely by so centimeter is close to half inch. We're supposed to be definitely like by 6 a.m. tomorrow, it's going to be hitting. Although they're saying in some areas around me, even through the night. So, but it is cloudy. It's only 30 degrees right now, really. So what's going to happen here is that we are going to be getting supposedly rain, the wintry mix, the ice, rain, sleet, snow, all the kind of stuff that goes on. Okay, so that's the feet. Of all the numbers, I mean, Dave, even so, you too, I would trust the Canadian to know their numbers a little bit more, I guess. You're wrong, Alicia? Oh my goodness. Okay. So anyway, we have some pretty stiff east winds right now, and it's 30 degrees, and it's going to be dropping. But yeah, so yeah, by 6 a.m., it's just coming in by like 60% and then 70% the next hour, and just bam, right in. So definitely a mix. Snow, freezing rain, snow, rain, sleet, snow, rain, and just kind of off and on because it's just going to be hanging out around freezing. And so it's going to be heavy, wet snow, probably about 5 inches or so. Not too terribly much, but enough to make a mess of things because we're going to be having 45 to 50 mile an hour winds that go with that. So that puts it into a dangerous category, along with all the mix freezing solid and everything. So that's going to be really really dangerous. So everybody was out, and one of the reasons I was a little bit just a minute late here is that I had to run out too, but to the town closest to me and to the grocery store. And so 2.5 centimeters is an inch. Okay. Okay. So we've got we've got it straight. Yes, I know meters and yards. I know that. But when it comes to an inch, it's like, okay, what is that? 2.5 centimeters to an inch. Oh, all right. And you're getting 45 centimeters. So yeah, Dave said around 18 inches or so. So that, yeah, that is a lot of snow. Oh my goodness. Um, I do have a snowblower, kite flying with. Yes, kite flying, absolutely. A little hard to fly the kites when the snow and the rain is coming down though too. Um, So yeah, it's crazy. So everybody around here was getting their last minute things done and preparations. So you froze. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Hey, Gear Graydon, how are you doing? Michelle P, hi. Um, waterproof kite built. There you go. Now that would be a great big a wonderful new sport, wouldn't it? Waterproof kiting in bad weather. Extreme sports. That'd be kind of fun. So, you know what? I I had to go because I was painting and everything. I was like, I need to go, and I need to get ready for live. And da 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 da. Da. It was like I didn't have time to make a list, and I should have because eggs were on my list. I mean, I have about a dozen and a half. But if I'm going to be doing any type of cooking or baking or something like that, bread baking or whatever, I would have liked to had another dozen, and I forgot because I didn't have a list. So that was not good. But anyway, the town close to me has a smaller grocery store, and it was packed. It was crazy in there because everybody around here knows it's like, okay. Well, the thing is, we're supposed to have snow here through my glasses are crooked through Friday. So the major part of the snow is coming tomorrow, and that's going to be the bulk of the intensity and everything. But it's still going to be 30, 40, or 50% snow throughout Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Saturday the temperatures start to drop. So it's just like um we're just going to be spending all week just shoveling out as things come up. It's like shovel out, more snow comes down, shovels, more snow comes down, and it's like so there's going to be very little travel and all that kind of stuff. So fill jugs with water, yes. um Sarah, I could, but I am I said Sarah, and my phone was like, thought I was saying Siri because it beeped. It was like, huh? What do you want? It was like, what are you doing? So, Sarah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It was like, I mean, I've got it. Technology is crazy sometimes. Um, I'm on the road quite a bit and I'm gone enough so that it's hard for me to make sure that they're cared for and everything. Um, I mean, I would love to do that, but I also don't have anybody else around that could care for them while I'm gone. So, um, it's just one of those things I've opted to. I usually get them from a farmer and farm fresh eggs, but um, I just was like kind of last minute thinking. I was like, oh, I should probably pick up another dozen. But anyway, so you knew cord to get a cordless. Okay. Yes, I have a cordless snow shovel, a power shovel, that worked really well last year. I just got it last year. I used it like around the mailboxes and stuff. So that worked out really well. My actual snow blower is electric, so I have a cord for that. So yeah, getting that all the time. So mm. Oh, he does. Oh, that's funny. Um, Snow Joe. Yeah, I got a Snow Joe too. So yeah, anyway, so we've got the storm coming in, and it was sounded like the cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, really wasn't going to get anything, but I'm not sure. I mean, because I'm supposed to get up to 5 inches here with the super high winds and the rain and all that kind of stuff. So I've got to do something about these. Okay. I'm afraid I'm going to break them. You adjust these wire things, and it's like They just don't like to sit. So if I do them just right, I'm getting the circles here. So, but I need to have them to be able to read the chat. So otherwise, I just do without them. So, anyway, so what else we have here? Some days 2 eggs, some days 1 egg. Okay. They haven't upgraded to a blizzard yet, but they probably should because of the winds and stuff like that. Cover this. And that's kind of one of the things I wanted to go through with you. Now, in the chat, or in the description below, in the show notes, I have a link to the Red Cross winter storm preparedness, in winter storm safety and everything. And there's at the bottom of their article, they have a list of checklists that they're PDFs and you can download them for your own use. And they're really, really good. There's one for hypothermia and, what to do in case somebody, frostbite, in case somebody has that and you can't get to a medical facility right away or something. What do you do in case of that? There was another one on, it's a winter storm safety checklist, and which is really good. And then the other one is what to do in case of power outages. So those might be good thing to have to even like laminate and have it on hand. If you're one who puts things in your refrigerator or something, put them there or whatever. But there's some really, really good things there. And float down this. Hi, Mindy. How are you? Yes. So some of the Alicia, you are so sweet. Thank you. Oh, that's easy. Battery powered sleigh. Yes, I don't have a horse, so or anything. So, some of the things that happen is that first of all, you'll start hearing reports coming out. I mean, they've been kind of warning us for several days, and so they're different things. So they'll say there's a winter storm outlook, and that means that a winter storm conditions are possible in the next 2 to 5 days. Stay tuned for updates, right? Then there's a winter storm watch, which we've been on since Saturday night, I want to say, definitely yesterday morning. And a winter storm watch means that winter storm conditions are possible within the next 36 to 48 hours. It says review your winter storm plans and stay informed about weather conditions. An advisory means that conditions are expected to cause significant inconveniences and may be hazardous but not life-threatening if you are cautious. In other words, if you need to just drive down the street to a shelter or something like that. Anyway, then it ramps up to, what do we have here? You guys are, oh, Mindy, you're in Red Wing. Okay. Yeah, I haven't, it didn't sound like Minneapolis was supposed to get hit. I'm like, really? They're going, oh, no precipitation expected. And I was like, that was on the radio just like an hour ago. And so I don't know that that's the case because was it last night or this morning? I saw on the news where Minneapolis was going to get hit. So I have no idea. So anyway, yes, it's headed east. So anyway, so then we're up to then a winter storm warning, which I'm under right now. There's a winter storm warning. And that means that there's life-threatening severe winter conditions have begun or will begin within 24 hours. And mine will start in 12 hours. Then the next one is a blizzard warning. And that's sustained winds or frequent gusts of 35 miles per hour or greater, which we're going to get, plus considerable falling or blowing snow, reducing visibility to less than a quarter mile, expected to prevail for 3 hours or longer. So I do anticipate they will upgrade it to a blizzard. I mean, just the way it's going to be going, it should. So you just tested your generator this weekend to make sure, very, very good. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. I was like, okay, so there's a winter storm coming. Sometimes we have, several days warning. Sometimes we don't have, even overnight or something that it just pops up out of nowhere. But so there are things you should do to be prepared for the winter, just in case. And, some of these will not apply to like Curie in Texas, although you had your winter storm thingy a couple years ago, which was really bad. Your snowmageddon and ice storms and everything. So yes, Michelle, we are supposed to get, they're saying 45 miles an hour, probably sustained. So I don't know that it's just gusting to that or not, but anyway, so that's kind of where it's at. So things to do before a winter storm, and these come straight from the Red Cross PDF that I put that link down below for, that you can find in the article and everything. So last February was bad snow and ice, no power for a week. Exactly. So I have been very blessed here that in 27 years, I've maybe been lost power, I don't know, less than a handful of times. And so it's pretty solid around here. What would bring it down would be, trees falling on the lines, that type of thing. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Mindy. It's going to be a howler. It's going to be, so it's one you definitely want to hunker down, to stay in, make sure everything is set. So it says the first area is to protect your family. Okay, above all things, protect your family. So talk with your family about what to do if a winter storm watch or warning is issued. Have your vehicle winterized before the winter storm season to decrease your chance of being stranded. And part of that is checking your battery, antifreeze, wipers, windshield washer fluid. I know I'm going to need a new battery for this winter, and I've been meaning to do it, but I haven't been able to get to it. So next week's low temperatures might be a drain on that. So that's something I have to get into or deal with next week, because I'm not getting out the rest of this week. But I know my antifreeze is topped off. I've got another jug so that I can do that. I have new wipers. Windshield washer fluid is good. Ignition system is good. My thermostat, lights flashing. All my lights are good. Exhaust system, heater works well. Brakes, yes. Defroster and oil. I think I have a few thousand miles yet before my next oil change. But another thing you could do is install good winter tires with adequate tread. Some people, it's kind of like half and half. And Sarah, I would like to know what you do, as well as Mindy and the others from Minnesota here too, that do you do winter tires? I had my sister-in-law, who passed away this summer, was adamant about getting her tires changed and putting some really good winter tires on her cars. And she did that faithfully every year. To be honest, I've never been able to afford two complete different sets of tires, or a place to store them, because I don't have a garage. So I mean, I have a shed now where I could store them in there, but it's like my shed is not that big, and it's like everything's like, oh, store it in the shed. Oh, take this, I'll store it in the shed. It's like pretty soon my shed is not going to be accessible. So, But anyway, otherwise, my tires are in really good shape. They're a year and a half old, I wanted to say, and the tread is still really good on them. I get them checked every time I get an oil change. I rotate the tires regularly, all that kind of stuff. So you use all season tires. Yep. So true. Very good, Sarah. Yeah. So I think that's what mine are too, are in all season. Hey, Joy. Glad you made it too. Um, okay, Patty. So do I start my car in the cold? Yes, I do. Um, Even if it's 35 below outside, I go out and I start it. So when it gets that cold, I go out about every 4 to 6 hours and then I run it for 20 or 30 minutes just to make sure that the, um, the oil stays a little bit, um, it doesn't gum up and everything. And then the battery stays charged and all that good stuff. So, hi, Jay. You've heard from a couple YouTube weather channels. You're going to be getting some serious snow. Yes, we are. It is going to be serious. That's what they're predicting, the 5-inch thing, but we could end up easily getting double that or more. So, um, hey, Connie, hello to you. I know, Kiri, right? Hard to even get a snow shovel. It just is so odd to me. So winter tires says all weather radials are usually adequate, but some jurisdictions require vehicles to be equipped with chains or snow tires with studs. One thing, it's really, really hard on the roads here to be driving with chains. If you have like a pickup and you're on the farm and you're driving, um, gravel roads out in the country and stuff like that, that's a little bit different. But when you've got, you're going down the interstate or something, or the highway, oh, I need to smile. I haven't been smiling. Oh, I'm sorry. Um, or you're smiling. You've been here for a little. Yeah, my mind is kind of all over the place. So you have to have chains available if it's snow and it's required. Oh, okay. Um, so yeah, it's hard on the roads and it's hard on your car too sometimes with all that. So um, the things to keep in your vehicle and to have in the, before this, especially if you have to go out, if you have to get to work, or if you have an emergency at home, you have to get to the clinic or the hospital or something like that. No, I don't, Michelle. I wish I did, but I don't. Um, Things to keep in your vehicle: a windshield scraper and a small broom. I have the scraper, and I've got the kind that it's like 3 feet long. It's a scraper on one end and a brush on the other, so you can scrape, 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 and brush and scrape. So it's a really good one. A small sack of sand for generating traction under the wheels, and I don't have that. Or a set of tire chains and traction mats. Um, I don't even know where I'd put it in my car. Matches in a waterproof container, a brightly colored, preferably red cloth to tie to the antenna. So if you went off the road and got kind of buried in the snow and stuff like that, that would be a good thing to have. Uh, Checking with your vehicle manufacturer website to see if they have a recommended winter oil viscosity. Um, that's a good point, Jave. That Yeah, part of it. The other part is for the battery too, to make sure that um, gets started and everything. Because if I don't go out for 2 days or something, and it's 30 and 40 below, then um, it's it drains the battery really quickly. So I need to make sure that that's done. You have a nice new window scraper too, so very good. Yes, a car kit is very important. Um, Be sure to protect the doors from freezing. Yes. That's a good point, Patty. Absolutely. uh, I haven't tried this. I wonder what you guys think about this, especially you in the frozen north here. It's like if I were to shoot a little bit of WD-40 into the locks before all this started, and before anything, would that help to keep things from freezing up and keep the locks going, or would that end up freezing at 10, 15, 20 below too? Hmm. A small charger, yes. And I do need to invest in that, Jade. I do need to get a battery charger. I have not done that yet, but Sterno Chef Boyardee. Absolutely. There you go. Um, it should help keep the water out. Okay. That's what I was wondering. I've to do that because that can easily get into my locks. I mean, my doors like to kind of freeze shut anyway on my cars, so water displacement. Ah, I don't know. See, Dave, you're a plethora of trivia. And then also keep an emergency supply kit, including warm clothing in your car. I always keep a blanket. Um, let me see. Oh yeah, so it's murder. Keep your vehicle's gas tank full so you can leave right away in an emergency, and to keep the fuel line from freezing. It does. If you only have like a quarter of a tank in there or something, the moisture can build up in your tank and then into your line, your fuel line and stuff like that. So another thing I did this afternoon, other than going to the grocery store, was going to the gas station and topping it off. So I had to fill it all up. So I've got a full tank of gas. Everything's all set on there. Useless note. You put heat in your gas tank. Oh, that's a good idea. Yep. Um, your house back door faces north. Once rain got into the lock. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. That happens. So keep a supply of non-clumping kitty litter to make walkways and steps less slippery. That works out really well too. You could use, sidewalk salt and stuff like that too, if we need it. Service snow removal equipment before the winter storm season and maintain it in good working order. So again, if you have a snow blower, make sure that it's working right and it's ready to go and it's easily accessible. I need to I have special extension cords that are good for below freezing temperatures, especially the below zero freezing temperatures. Because if a regular extension cord, when it gets cold, it gets like stiff as a board. I mean, it's just like stiff, stiff, stiff. So I get they're blue in color, but they're supposed to be like I don't know, Arctic temperature type of things that they can survive in there. So anyway, they remain pliable when it's really cold, so that I can move them around, wind them up, and different things like that. So it works out really well. Kiri, that's a great idea. A bucket of sand. Yeah, no, that's great. Keep handy a warm coat, gloves or mittens, hat, water-resistant boots, and extra blankets and warm clothing for everyone in your household. So, yes, I always keep a blanket in my car. Even if it's, let's say, even if it's like 35, 40 degrees or something, and I don't really feel like I need a jacket, but if there's even the possibility of some snow happening, I always make sure that if I'm not wearing my boots, that I at least throw them in the car. I have in my tote that I carry with, I always have a hat and scarf, extra gloves, and my jacket, of course, everything. Hey, Julie. Hello. How are you doing? Some people are taking a screw flap. Oh, that's a great idea. Rain poncho, snow if it gets on you will melt and get you wet. Yes, it does. Patriot Regency blanket. Oh, I like Regency blanket. That sounds really good. But yes, to make sure everybody is well taken care of there. So that's protecting your family. Now, things you can do to protect your home and get ready. So, um, learn how to protect your pipes from freezing. Um, because we are built so solidly here and our pipes are all internal and everything, they have very little chance of freezing. The first year, couple years I was here, I did have them freeze, I think, once. And what I found out is that the outside of my house was very poorly insulated. It's an old house. It's over 110 years old. So it was where the kitchen is, that it's faces the south. The kitchen sink and the window over it faces the south. But the it was very poorly insulated on the external wall and everything. So what I would do is either just leave the cabinet doors open underneath the sink so that the room temperature could get in there and make sure that things would stay warm, or leave overnight, leave the faucets dripping a little bit so that they would continue to have a flow of water going through, and that would help keep them from there. But one thing I did was it took me actually 2 different years to get this completed, but I went all around the house and I dug down anywhere from 1 to 1.5 feet or so. But anyway, I would have a total of really 2 feet. I think it was. Yeah, so there were some areas I had to dig down 18 inches or something, but I put the 2-inch thick foam. Is that the thick pink foam? So it was like, I don't know, it was an R35 rating or something like that. So I dug way down, cleared off the foundation and everything, and glued all of that on there, and then actually painted the foam so it's not pink anymore. It was white. So, but I went all around the outside of the house, digging down and adhering that, and then caulking all around it. So caulk in between them, and then up to the siding and stuff like that. So once I did that, oh my goodness, I went from using, I would say it saved me almost 500 gallons of fuel every year, every winter. It was a huge savings, a huge difference. Not only the cold wasn't getting in like it normally does, but the air wasn't getting in there. So I mean, it was so worth the effort. It was so amazing. It was huge. So, but then with that, I didn't have any more freezing pipes under the kitchen sink. So, so it was really good. However, if it still gets down to, like, if -30 and lower, I will open up the doors underneath the sink, and just to make sure that they're getting some warm air in there. Um, the other thing I do for protecting the pipes and stuff like that is, if there's enough snow outside, I will bank up against the house and create an insulated snowbank against the house to protect it from the cold too, and that works really, really well. So snow is a great insulator. um, all right, so your wall where the HVAC unit door gets freezing cold. No, yeah. um, I have on my back door, here we have insulated main doors, a regular entry door, and then we also have a storm door. We call it a storm door. It could be like a screen door or something. You've seen that, but it's a storm door. So it could be either a screen window for the summer or a glass window for the winter or something, or, a sliding up window that can open and different things like that. So anyway, it's like a two-door entry. And so what I did is I put foam all against the storm door, which is the outer door. So the inner door is the really thick insulated one. So I put foam there. I have those long stuffed door draft catchers and everything. So I have those between the doors and on the inside of the doors. So those kind of things are just huge that I can do for my home. So anyway, that really helps. So make sure your home heating sources are installed according to local codes and permit requirements and are clean and in working order. So make sure your home is properly insulated, as we were talking, caulk and weather strip doors and windowsills to keep the cold out. All my windows are really pretty good. Before I had them all replaced, I would put plastic. You tape the plastic around them and then you use the hairdryer to shrink them, kind of like shrink wrapping your windows or something. But that made a big difference in the drafts and everything. But I've got good windows now. Consider, insulation first. Yeah. So true, Patty. It does insulate them too. I know mobile homes are just, they do, Patty. They really do. I will have some that will even start frosting up if it gets too cold, which is crazy. But yes, you can put your hand over them and it's like, holy camole there. It's like there's cold air just blowing right through there. All right. So consider buying emergency heating equipment such as wood or coal burning stove or electric or kerosene heaters. My furnace is a propane gas furnace. And so I do need electricity for it to go on too. So that's another thing I have to make sure. Oh, that's the next item here too. It's like, consider storing sufficient heating fuel. Yes. So my tank was topped off like a week ago, I think. And so they topped it to 85%, which is their normal thing. So I've got plenty of propane and I have a 500-gallon tank. So I've got well over 400 gallons in there right now. So it'll be through the winter. I think we get monthly fills. So we'll see how that goes. But let me see. Follow all the manufacturer's instructions for safe insulation use. I would love to have a wood stove, but there's a few things. So first of all, I just don't have access to wood. And it would cost a fortune to purchase it and have it delivered here. So, I do have other space heaters and different things like that. I still would have to depend on electricity, but you're moving from LP to hopefully wood backup. Nice, Dave. Oh, that'd be good. Jay, you're right. It is the best feeling there. And I know Matt and Sarah love their wood heat too, and it's so great. Forced water, adding wood boiler. Ooh, that is so cool. You'll have to do a video on that, Dave, because that's going to be something that not a lot of people do. So that would be great. Patty, did you find a place to move to? I hope you did. Oh my goodness. Even your bones felt warm. Oh, Joy, I know, right? Um, Restoring stoves. Oh, that's a good one to do. Here, the price range cheapest is wood. Okay. Pellets. Oh, it's wood, pellets, oil, propane, natural gas. Yeah. I'm able to get a propane contract, an LP contract. And usually we set those up in September. So I estimate how many gallons I think that I'd be using. And then if I want to contract 900 gallons or 1,000 gallons or something like that. And then I can pay, like, I think it's 10 cents. Is it 10 cents a gallon? Is that right? Yeah. So let's say I contract for 1,000 gallons. That would, with the contract, I put down $100 or something like that. And then that ensures that it locks in my price for the propane. And so usually by midwinter, that price of fuel is going up, because especially if it's a really cold winter, and it's going up and up and up, and so anyway, the contract is very, very helpful. So that's something to do too. So use a space heater or an oil radiator. You have both. Oh, that's a good idea. I should try that. Once I have a pile of wood, cut and split the price where it does not change. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Hi, Donna. Hello. Welcome. We're talking about our storm coming and all the preps that we do for it. So, um, if you have a fireplace, consider keeping a supply of firewood or coal. Be sure that the fireplace is properly vented and in good working order, and that you dispose of ashes safely. And when you dispose of them, make sure that they're still not coals in there, that they're fully ash. They're not still burning, because you don't want to start something else on fire. Um, Consider installing a portable generator. Um, Follow the safety tips to avoid home fires and carbon monoxide poisoning. And that's another thing that in the winter here, when we are so closed up, a lot of things can happen that way. And another thing that people will do, to try to save on electric fuel or something like that, or even if their heat goes out, they'll light up their stove and try to heat with that. But that's really dangerous, because it doesn't vent the gases the way that they need to. I mean, if you're going to be cooking something, that's one thing, but just to turn it on and open the oven door or something and then heat the house, it's really, um, do I have dogs and sled ready keys? I would love that. I know somebody. Oh, they're still probably 10 miles away though, and that they have sled dogs. But that would be fun. That'd be so great. Oh, I miss you so. You have, when you put in an offer, and I think oh, I don't have a Marco from you, Patty. So that'd be so exciting. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know that you needed to do something by the end of the year. That's so great. I'm very happy for you. Apartments here have had people die from cooking indoors using outdoor barbecue. Yes, I know. People try all kinds of things to heat and stay warm, and I understand that they want to stay warm, but it's like you've got to be smart about it too. Isn't that fun? Yep, take the snowmobile to the store. There you are. Um, if you are in a flood prone area and you're in the south or coastal areas or something, um, make sure, consider purchasing flood insurance, that might have, it could possibly cause flood damage that may occur during the spring thaw, different things like that. So then Yeah, prep aid, yes. Emergency hand and feet warmers. There you go. The next category would be to protect your pets and animals. Bring any companion animals indoors. Cats, dogs that are your companions. Bring them indoors. Create a place where your other animals can be comfortable in severe winter weather. Horses and livestock should have a shelter where they can be protected from the wind, snow, ice, and rain. Grazing animals should have access to a protected supply of food and non-frozen water, which is very important. So when I was growing up, we'd have horses, through the winter and stuff. We'd have, you know, the um, the big trough tanks and stuff that we'd have electric. We'd run the cords all the way to the house, but we'd have the we call it the submersible water tank heaters and everything, just to keep the ice from forming. And it would create an area of maybe 14 or 15 inches of the circle, and then beyond that it would ice over. So we still have to go out every day and just break that ice, even with the heater. So it would get pretty cold. um, be aware of the potential for flooding when snow and ice melt, and be sure that your animals have access to high ground that is not impeded by fencing or other barriers. You may not be able to get to them in time to relocate them in the event of flooding. So that's something to think about. You don't usually think about that when you've got them out there grazing and everything. So, um, yes, Jay, I agree. I had my roof done about 6 years ago, and if I were to do it over again, I would go metal roof, definitely. It's As I get older, it's just a lot of maintenance to be raking all the snow off of there and everything. It's not easy. A snow melt would be good for the lakes. Yes, the snow melt would be good here. um, Install snow fences in rural areas to reduce drifting snow on roads and paths, which could block access to homes, barns, and animals' feed and water. Yes, that's very, very important. Oh my goodness, we don't have much time left. Okay. Make sure that you listen to local area radio or TV stations for the latest information updates. Be prepared to evacuate if you lose power or heat and you know your routes and destinations. Know where your local emergency shelters are. Typically, you should be able to, like my electric company, if the power goes out, they would, I mean, they're really, really good. I mean, I think the longest we've ever been without power is probably 4 hours or something like that. I've never had to go days without power here. And so, but, I just call them and let them know right away. Just say, hey, this is my address. The power's out. And so they can get a good idea when we call in. I mean, yes, they have everything computerized and they can know, but some of our more remote areas here, excuse me, are, you know, sometimes maybe they don't know right away about, they might know my town or a section of things, but they wouldn't know anyway. So it's just good to call them and let them know. It's like, hey, my power's out. And then they can give you an idea of, like, okay, we know that we will be getting a crew out to fix that area within the next 3 to 5 hours or something like that. um, they come out in all kinds of weather too. They really, really do. um, Donna, that is a great thing too. I do have a crank battery, or a crank radio. I do have some of those things too, and all my camping equipment, so I could do that. You can remember, say, a huge rainfall, flooding, then it froze. Oh, hmm. Yes, you never know exactly what's going to be happening. Absolutely. You're camping out in cold house, longest no 13 days. Yeah, I mean, if you've got, like, all your food there, you've got all of your camping supplies, you've got everything there, you got s you've got your, blankets and your sleeping bags, and you've got everything that you have access to, that doesn't make sense to leave home. If you can make do with what you've got there and, um, with all your supplies and be able to make it through there, why not, right? And to just try to do that. So, oh wow, that is crazy, Jason. There's no NOAA station in your area. Get everything on your phone. Connie does not issue warnings. Yeah. So, again, check your emergency kit, replenish any items missing or in short supply, especially medications and medical supplies. So that's another thing. Make sure that you are supplied up. As we've been talking for 3.5 years about, um, the different things to prep for, to have, it's not just having jars of canned goods on your shelf, the things that you've made and you put together, and you've got your freeze dried foods, and you've got this and that. It's all kinds of other things. If you needed your medications, if you need, like, oh man, I just taken the last bar of soap. It's like, I don't have any more soap. What's going on here? Just different things like that, to keep everything prepped and to try to really work toward getting like a 1 year's supply of everything that you use. I mean, that would really be ideal. I know it's really hard. It's difficult, but even if you can, some things that, sorry, my phone is buzzing. There we go. Um, if you can just get, say there are things that you buy every week, try to build up to a 2-week supply of something, and then try to build up to a 1 month supply. And then if you're feeling comfortable with that, then try to build up to a 2 month supply, and just try to do that. That is true, Donna. That could very well happen. So as long as you can keep that area above 32 degrees, wherever you have them, like, most of mine are in my basement. So, um, there should be enough protection down there. I don't know. You could always just throw, quilts and different things over those, I guess, to help keep them from freezing. So, hi, Caitlin. Um, so it's a thought. So, again, have enough heating fuel, um, have enough wood, make sure everything's in working order, make sure that if you have a wood stove, that you've cleaned out the pipes and the different things like that, and taking care of your animals. So what are some of the other things? So yes, the there's a whole bunch more information here too for, and that Red Cross. If somebody wants to put that link up, one of my mods, the Red Cross Preparedness. They have checklists down there. They have one on frostbite and hypothermia. They have one on power outages, and then another one on winter storm safety checklist. And that one is so good. Talks about having how much water to have, how much food to have, a flashlight, batteries, first aid kit, minimize your travel, dress in lots of layers of lightweight clothing, but that will be warm enough. Make sure that you have waterproof boots. I mean, just all these things that you can just go, okay, yes, I've got that done. Because a lot of times we don't think about, what really should be in, what needs to be important, what we'd want to put on there or anything. So anyway, um, had no generator at the time. Yeah. Gotta stay warm somehow there, right? Oh, no water for 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. See, Carrie, that was fantastic. People think, oh, canyon water. It's like, you're some kind of crazy prepper, but look that's what saved you. That's absolutely. So, Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Um, all right, guys. It has been an hour already. So thank you so much for coming. And I hope that you guys make it through the storm. I may not be able to even get out until Friday or Saturday, and it's Monday today. So I think I'm pretty well set, pretty good. And I know it's early yet. Thank you, Delisha. Appreciate it. And just have a great week. And we'll catch up on Monday next week to let you know how this all went and how everything has. So, all right, you guys, take care. God bless. Always have hope. And just many blessings to you this week. Take care.